Today we're going to be having a quick look at TheXLC's Desecration City. So the other day I got this amazing little package here which arrived from the guys at TheXLC, and it was pretty nondescript. I knew it was coming though. We talked a little bit about it, so I was quite excited to see it. And it's a sample building from the new Desecration City range that TheXLC are launching. So this is going up on Kickstarter on April the 14th, I think is the right date. Yes, let me just double check that. Yes, it is indeed April the 14th, so it's going to be available on Kickstarter. It's designed at 28mm wargaming. For those of you who haven't seen TheXLC stuff before, it's pretty cool stuff. Basically, it's MDF Terrain that has pre-printed markings on it, so essentially you don't have to do any painting, you don't have to do any kind of work at all other than the construction itself. So what I'm going to do is quickly go through the parts with you, and then we can have probably a bit of a break, and I'll put it together and we'll have a look at the final building. So what we've got here, as I was just showing, is the admin building. It looks fairly straightforward. There's some lovely little bits of detail. As I've said, all of this is kind of pre-printed, so what you've got here is all of these wonderful little rust stains and those kind of things. And there's a great video up on YouTube that if you want to go and check out, in the description of our video, the TheXLC guys have put up this great little video which is like a teaser for Desecration City, and talks about it, how it was this, you know, once this wonderful city but has gone to rack and ruin basically, and it's rust streaked, and it's a really thematic video. I think they've done a fantastic job with it, so check that out as well. But essentially, let's just have a quick look at what this admin building is like. I think that forms the front, and as you can see, I think that's going to form the side. There are, besides the printed detail, there are little bits of detail within the laser etch of the actual MDF as well. There's definitely two sides to the printout when I look at it. I think this is essentially the reverse side, because the one with more detail on is clearly the outside, and obviously, I say obviously, I'm pretty much hoping that makes the floor, etc. So let's just go through some of these parts. We've certainly got a front, we've got a floor, we've got sides of the building there. Again, all wonderful rust streaks. And then we're going to have all sorts of little sections. This is a balcony. This is a little balcony section that sticks out. We've got reinforcement bastions here that will clip together. I'm assuming they pair up like that. Yes, they do. I'm pretty certain they're going to pair up and fit into the front of the building, as you can see from that. Wow, it's looking cool already, isn't it? Just in split second. I mean, that's what's really good about this TheXLC stuff, is within minutes of putting it together, it's ready to go straight onto the terrain table. You know, if you're into your painting your terrain and all those kind of things, then it's not necessarily for you, but definitely if you want to get terrain that's got beautiful bits of detail, straight out of the box, little bit of construction work with PVA, and you're onto a full-fledged table, then this is the stuff for you, to be honest. I'm pretty impressed with how much detail is in the print quality. Again, I'll show some close-ups once I've actually built the building, but these are the little door details with the little rust streaks, and those kind of things are amazing. As you can see, there's more and more of this building, lots of fine little bits of detail, so I'm going to have to be super careful with those. And then this, I assume, is the rear of the building, again, all with rust streaks and those kind of things. I think the best thing for me to do is to spend a few minutes putting this together, and then I'll be back shortly to have a look at it constructed. Okay, I'm back. Right, that wasn't too bad at all. I think I spent about probably 10-15 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, allowing for drying time. I have to say, for the purposes of the review, I've cheated a little bit, because I've used super glue on a couple of parts just so it would glue faster rather than waiting for the PVA to set. And it's probably worth saying, actually, I think the super glue's done alright anyway. So whether you choose to use super glue or not, it certainly says in the instructions, the advice is to use PVA, but I have to say super glue, certainly for some of the detail pieces, super glue held really well. So how's it looking? Well, here it is on the desk, but let's get a close-up of that for you. As you can see, this is it from top down. It's pretty big. Let's just put a 25mm base in there. So that is a Mechanicum Trooper 25mm base. And as you can see, you could easily fit what, 1, 2, say three wide. You'd easily fit a unit of 20 in there without a problem whatsoever. And that's what I really like about this. The terrain is quite simple, but from a gaming perspective, I think it's really useful that you can get the models on there. So it's you know, part terrain, part gaming piece, and it recognizes that from a gaming perspective, what you need is line of sight blockers and all the rest. It still looks beautiful on the table, but also the simplicity of the design, I think, makes gameplay on it really easy. You're not snagging models, they're not getting caught over, you haven't got wobbly model syndrome, things are moving around perfectly. So I really like this. I think this is a really good idea. And the fact that this isn't just a single piece, this is going to be, you know, an entire city range. And yeah, just have to have a look at the video and the link to see the opening and closing, great big massive gateways and doors and those kind of things. All look awesome. But needless to say, let's have a quick look at how this turned out. So this is the front of the building. As you can see, 2 large doors. As I described, there's a balcony on top, and again, as you can sort of see, let's see if I can kind of get a troop in there. So there you are. You can see how Mechanicum Scutari would fit, and it's nice. It's sort of waist height ramparts on there as well. Absolutely brilliant. The door heights are perfect, even if you were to take something like a big old niggly dude. And I know that's not 40k, but I was just grabbing it for scale. So there you go. As you can see, the front door, and we've got these little side pieces of detail on as well. This is brilliant, actually, from a point of view, again, of moving troops around. They've just been designed at quite a nice size. Most of the time you'll be able to move troops through them, reasonable size models and those kind of things. But just check out all of this detail. You've got all of these rust streaks, and I really like how they use the rust streaks to kind of disguise the way this building is constructed, because this is obviously the edges of the MDF, but by adding detail around where the joins are and the rust streaks, they just look to be, you know, features of the building. Oh, look at that, look. I told you I'd rush this one. I'm going to have to make sure that's glued properly. There's a little rear door, access door at the back there. And again, just a view from the side, and as you can see, the kind of profile of the building. And then back to the front. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this on the gaming table, and I'm going to take a few pictures of it on the gaming table so you can see it in situ with some of the terrain. Overall, I haven't seen price for this yet. Like I say, it's going up on Kickstarter on April the 14th. But I know the range of the XLC guys, the prices are always pretty good, to be honest. I mean, considering that there is no painting work to be done, this is instantly going on the table, ready to play, 10 minutes, and you've got a sizable piece of terrain that's really well thought out in terms of 40k, and I know it's aimed at 28mm gaming, so you could use it for a whole bunch of stuff, but 40k in particular, just like Age of Sigmar, the cover rules aren't that significant at the moment, and a lot of it relies on line of sight, and these huge line of sight blocking buildings and walls and terrain I think are really important for a 40k game. So yeah, I have to say, this is the first time I've seen some of this XLC stuff up close. I've ordered one of the paint racks, and one of the things I want to do is completely redo my studio. So I've got one of the paint racks over there. I'm not going to get into that. That's great as well. So I'm pretty convinced that quality is consistent. Fit was perfect. I had no issues getting everything to fit together. It was packaged well. It arrived undamaged. And as I've said, the print quality, the detail on this building is just awesome. So there you go. Check these guys out on Kickstarter. There's already a load of stuff up if you go along to TheXLC.co.uk. Check out their website. And yeah, post in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Have you tried these guys' products out before? What do you think to them? Post up some photos of your terrain and onto the forum on our website if you want, because I'd like to see more of this in action. Other than that, that's great. Check it out, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot.